Imagine this: a blackout hits and it doesn't come back in a few hours. You're sitting in the dark for days, maybe weeks. The lights are gone, your fridge is dead, your phone's useless, and the house is ice cold. Sound dramatic? It's not. Our power grids are crumbling, extreme weather's getting worse, and these long, brutal outages are becoming a real threat. Are you ready for that? Most people aren't. Here's the deal: we're about to share 12 essential items, not your basic flashlight and batteries list. I'm talking about things most people overlook but could seriously mean the difference between making it through comfortably or suffering through total chaos. These aren't just nice-to-haves, they're must-haves. You and your family can't afford to skip this. If you're ready to get serious about being prepared, stay with us till the end. You'll walk away with a complete checklist of what you need in your home right now. And trust me, some of these might surprise you. A few are total game changers. Don't forget to subscribe if you want real, no-nonsense survival tips. Alright, grab a pen, cause it's time to get stocked up. Number 12, stock up on ready-to-eat meals and high-calorie snacks. Alright, let's talk food. Now, picture this: you're stuck in a blackout. No power means no fridge, no microwave, no stove. The reality hits fast. You're not just sitting in the dark, you're hungry, and there's no hot meal in sight. This is why ready-to-eat meals and high-calorie snacks are an absolute must if you want to survive the chaos. Forget about food that needs prepping or refrigeration. That's useless when your power is out. Instead, grab items like protein bars, trail mix, peanut butter, canned tuna, or jerky. All these pack a punch when it comes to calories and protein, keeping you full and fueled. Got dried fruits or nuts? Perfect. They're loaded with nutrients, giving you a source of energy and essential vitamins when fresh food is out of reach. And here's something most people overlook. Stress and cold actually cause your body to burn more energy. Those high-calorie snacks aren't just helpful, they're critical. They'll keep you warm, focused, and functioning when conditions are rough. Don't assume your regular snacks will cut it when times get tough. But wait, take it up a notch: prepackaged meals, or the famous MRES meals, ready to eat, like what the military uses. These are shelf-stable, fully cooked, and don't require water or heating. Just open one up, and you've got a meal that feels like a lifesaver during a days-long blackout. These aren't luxuries, they're your insurance policy against hunger and exhaustion. When the grid fails, you need food that works for you. Stockpile smart, and you're already one step ahead. Number 11, water and hydration. Here's the hard truth: without water, you're done. You can survive without food for weeks, but without water, you'll last just a few days. If a blackout drags on for an extended period, your access to clean, safe water could disappear fast. Water services could sputter to a stop, or worse, contamination can become a major issue. That's why water isn't just important, it's your number one priority. First, stockpile bottled water. Aim for at least 1 gallon per person per day. For a family of 4, that's 28 gallons just to cover a single week. And don't forget, this isn't just for drinking. You'll need water for cooking, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, and maybe even cleaning up spills or messes if things really get bad. Think about how much water will disappear fast once you start using it heavily. Most people don't realize how quickly their supply will vanish. But don't stop at just bottled water. Relying on that alone is a rookie mistake. You need a backup plan, because once your stash is gone, that's it. Grab water purification tablets or a high-quality portable filter, like a LifeStraw or Sawyer filter. These tools turn sketchy water into something drinkable. Whether it's from a muddy river or that gross pond near your house, these options will make it safe. Tablets are lightweight, dirt cheap, and kill bacteria and viruses. Filters are durable and can process gallons of water on the go. Bottom line, water is life. Have plenty of it stored, and make sure you're prepared to purify more if you run out. Don't take risks with your family's safety. Water isn't optional, it's everything. Number 10, solar-powered charger or power bank. Here's something most people don't think about: when the power's out, your precious gadgets are on borrowed time. Phones, tablets, or other small electronics. Completely useless after just a few hours without a charge. Imagine sitting in the dark, cut off from the world because you didn't plan ahead. That's why a solar-powered charger or power bank isn't just nice to have, it's a survival essential. A solar-powered charger lets you tap into an unlimited energy source, the sun. Unlike typical power banks, which drain out eventually, a solar charger can keep going as long as you've got daylight. Whether it's charging your phone for updates and emergency calls or keeping a flashlight running after dark, this tool can be a serious lifesaver in a blackout. Solar chargers come in all shapes and sizes. There are compact ones you can toss into a bag, and larger, heavy-duty models designed to charge multiple devices simultaneously. Some also double as regular power banks, storing energy for use at night. It's not just about your phone. They can power small lights, radios, or anything else you need to stay informed and safe. Now, no wasteful buying, get a quality one. Look for features like fast charging to save time, high capacity to get more juice out of it, and rugged durability so it doesn't give out on you after a couple of uses. Bonus points if it includes extras like a built-in flashlight or is waterproof. Bottom line? Staying connected during a prolonged outage can mean the difference between getting updates and being totally in the dark, literally. A solar charger or power bank is your ticket to keeping basic devices powered when it matters most. Don't risk being unprepared, stock one now. Number 9. High-quality thermal blankets and sleeping bags. Think you can rely on your regular bed blankets during a blackout? Guess again. When it's freezing cold and there's no power to keep your home warm, ordinary blankets won't cut it. You need high-quality thermal blankets and sleeping bags if you want to stay alive and comfortable. These aren't just cozy add-ons, they're survival essentials. Thermal blankets, also known as emergency or space blankets, are made with materials like mylar, designed to trap your body heat and keep you warm. They're used in survival situations for a reason. They work. Picture this: temperatures plummet, and your home feels like an icebox. A thermal blanket can retain up to 90% of your body heat, making it a lifesaver when central heating is out of the question. Sleeping bags also pull their weight, especially those built for cold weather camping. They're insulated, portable, and specifically designed to hold in heat. If you're shopping for one, get one rated for extreme cold. A solid sleeping bag can keep you warm even when it feels like the Arctic outside. Here's where you get smart. Look for extras: multi-layered insulation or fleece linings to add a layer of comfort and warmth. Got kids or elderly family members? These features are non-negotiable since they're more vulnerable to cold. And don't forget, layering is your friend. Wrap a thermal blanket over a sleeping bag and you've got yourself maximum insulation for those bone-chilling nights. Thermal blankets and sleeping bags are more than just gear. They're your first line of defense when the power's gone and temperatures are dipping fast. Don't wait for winter to catch you off guard. Stock up on these now because staying warm isn't a luxury, it's survival. Number 8. First aid kit and essential medications. If you think a basic pack of Band-Aids is going to cut it during a blackout, you're fooling yourself. When the lights go out for days or even weeks, a solid, well-stocked first aid kit isn't optional, it's your safety net. Minor injuries like cuts, scrapes, or sprains can spiral into major problems if not handled properly, especially when medical help isn't a quick phone call away. Start with the fundamentals. Your first aid kit needs to cover wound care supplies like antiseptic wipes, hydrogen peroxide, gauze pads, and medical tape. Got a deep cut? You'll be thankful you packed those. Add in antibiotic ointments to fend off infections and a variety of bandage sizes to cover any scenario. Don't forget the tools: scissors, tweezers, and even a digital thermometer are non-negotiable. Bonus points if you throw in an emergency blanket, which can keep someone warm in case of shock or extreme cold. But don't stop there. Think about unexpected issues. Pack antihistamines for surprise allergic reactions and electrolyte tablets to combat dehydration. And here's a big one: if someone in your household has specific medical needs, like an inhaler or EpiPen, make sure you have extras. Running out of a life-saving item in a blackout? That's not a gamble you want to take. Now, on to prescription meds. Many rely on daily prescriptions, and a prolonged power outage will leave pharmacies useless. Be smart, keep at least a 2-week supply of essential medications in a waterproof container. If insulin is a necessity, you'll also need a plan to keep it cool, like storing it in a portable cooler. Prepare now, so when chaos strikes, you're not scrambling. A first aid kit and backup meds could be the difference between managing a crisis and watching it spiral out of control. Number 7. Emergency radio, hand crank or battery powered. When the power goes out, you'll quickly realize how isolated you can feel. Cell towers might fail, networks could get overloaded, and your smartphone completely useless. That's why owning an emergency radio isn't just smart, it's essential. Think of it as your personal pipeline to the outside world when everything else goes dead. Emergency radios are built to deliver critical info, weather updates, evacuation orders, or any bit of news that could make a difference between staying safe or making a big mistake. Blackouts leave you in the dark literally and figuratively, so having a reliable way to stay informed is non-negotiable. Now, don't just grab any radio off the shelf. Here's what you need to know. Go for one that's hand crank or solar powered. Forget about depending on batteries long term, they'll run out before the blackout does. With a hand crank radio, a bit of elbow grease can generate enough power for minutes of use, and many models even work as phone chargers or include flashlights. That's 2 critical tools rolled into one compact device. Or, if cranking your way to updates doesn't sound appealing, A solar-powered radio is another solid choice, just make sure you've got sunlight to spare. A lot of these radios now come with extras like USB ports to give your phone a quick charge or built-in alarms to flag emergency alerts. Invest in one that's sturdy, reliable, and multifunctional. This isn't the time to go cheap. Bottom line, an emergency radio keeps you in the loop when chaos strikes. Whether it's storm warnings or evacuation updates, this small device gives you the knowledge to prepare, act, and survive. Without it, you're just stumbling in the dark, hoping for the best. Number 6, canned and non-perishable food. When the power goes out, so does your access to fresh, perishable food. That gallon of milk in your fridge? Spoiled. That chicken you plan to cook? Useless. If you're not stocking up on canned and non-perishable foods, you're setting yourself up for hunger and headaches. These foods are shelf-stable, easy to prepare, and they don't rely on electricity to stay edible. Canned goods should be your go-to. Why? They're sealed, preserved, and good for months or even years. Think canned veggies, beans, fruits, soups, and meats like chicken or tuna. You can eat them hot if you've got a heat source, or cold straight out of the can if you don't. Not much of a chef? Doesn't matter here. All you need is a can opener and an appetite. But don't stop with just any random cans. Be strategic. Stock up on high-protein options like beans, lentils, or canned fish. For energy, you need high-calorie, high-fiber options to keep you fueled and full. Forget surviving on canned peaches alone, mix it up with some protein and nutrition-rich choices. And don't forget the snacks. Protein bars, peanut butter, crackers, trail mix, and dried fruits are all non-perishable, compact, and easy to grab if things get bad enough that you need to leave in a hurry. These foods aren't just filling their morale boosters. Because yeah, eating canned beans day after day gets old quick. Throw in some variety to keep your sanity intact during a long blackout. Bottom line, canned and non-perishable food is not only your backup plan, it's your survival plan. Stock enough to last at least 2 weeks, and don't forget the can opener. Because no power and no food. That's a recipe for disaster. Number 5, bulk grains and legumes. Here's the deal: if you're skipping out on bulk grains and legumes, you're leaving a massive gap in your blackout prep. Canned food is great, but what happens when those supplies start to run low? That's where grains like rice, oats, and quinoa, plus legumes like beans, lentils, and chickpeas come in. These are the underdogs of survival food, and they're way more important than people think. Why, you ask? Simple. They're dirt cheap, ridiculously nutrient-dense, and they last forever. Well, not exactly forever, but close enough. Stored the right way in airtight containers, in a cool, dark place, these can last 10, 20, even 30 years. Yeah, decades. You're getting a stash of carbs, protein, fiber, and essential nutrients all in one neat package that won't rot, spoil, or die when the power goes out. And here's the kicker: a single cup of dried rice or beans turns into a pot of hearty, filling food. Use a small propane stove, camping stove, or even a solar cooker, and suddenly you've got warm, satisfying meals, even when the rest of the world is shivering in the dark. These aren't just stopgap foods, they're survival workhorses. They fill you up, keep your energy up, and keep everyone at the table full for hours. Want pro tips? Get a variety: white rice, lentils, split peas, chickpeas. Store them in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers if you're really serious about long-term storage. And don't overlook a simple spice kit. A little seasoning turns bland survival food into something you can actually enjoy eating. Bottom line, you need bulk grains and legumes. They're cheap insurance for the long haul. Stock up now, because once the grid goes down, carbs and protein won't feel optional, they'll feel like lifesavers. Number 4, battery-powered flashlights and lanterns. When the power cuts out, it only takes minutes for darkness to fully take over. And trust me, it's not the romantic, cozy kind of dark. It's the kind where you start tripping over furniture and fumbling to find your way around. If you don't have solid, reliable lighting ready to go, you're asking for chaos. Enter battery-powered flashlights and lanterns, absolute must-haves for blackouts. Forget candles. Sure, they're nostalgic, but they're also a fire hazard and basically useless if you need to illuminate more than 2 feet ahead of you. Battery-powered options? They're safer, brighter, and way more practical. Flashlights are great for getting around, while lanterns are ideal for lighting up an entire room. Plus, you can hang them, carry them, or set them down wherever you need them. Flexibility like that can't be overstated when the lights are out for hours or days. Here's a pro tip you can't ignore: go LED. These lights are brighter, last longer, and sip on batteries rather than guzzling them like older bulbs do. Many LED lanterns even come with adjustable settings, so you're not burning through batteries when you don't need full blast. Speaking of batteries, stock up. Whatever size your device is, take a Or more specialized kinds, make sure you've got backups and then backups for your backups. A light without batteries is just a paperweight when the blackout drags on. Bottom line? A solid mix of battery-powered flashlights and lanterns is your first line of defense when everything goes dark. Don't skimp on quality and always have extra batteries. Because when the power's out and darkness creeps in, you don't want to be the one searching for light with nothing but dead gear in hand. Get prepped or stay in the dark, it's that simple. Number 3, portable generator for extended blackouts. Here's the reality: if a blackout drags on for more than a few hours, your house is going to feel like a stranded ship. Food in the fridge? Spoiling. Your phone? Dead? Lights? Forget it. That's why a portable generator isn't just a nice to have, it's a must if you're serious about prepping for extended outages. A generator buys you time and convenience. Think keeping your fridge running so your food doesn't rot, charging your devices to stay in touch, or even powering a heater to keep warm. But listen up, this isn't plug and play. You need the right generator for your needs. Small generators are great for lights and phones. Bigger ones, they'll handle things like refrigerators, microwaves, or space heaters. Just remember, a bigger generator guzzles more fuel, so plan accordingly. And here's a safety lesson you don't want to skip: never run a generator indoors or in enclosed areas. Generators pump out carbon monoxide, an invisible, odorless killer. Always set it up outside, at least 20 feet away from windows and doors. If you're smart, get yourself a carbon monoxide detector as an extra safeguard. Most generators run on gasoline, but dual fuel models give you options. Propane is easier and safer to store, and it won't go bad like gas does over time. For your gas stash, use stabilizers to keep it fresh and ready. Don't forget maintenance. Fire it up every few months and check the oil, filters, and spark plugs. Without regular upkeep, it's just a very heavy paperweight when a blackout strikes. Bottom line? A portable generator isn't just a luxury, it's a lifeline. Get the gear, store the fuel, and learn how to use it properly. Because after hours in the dark, you'll be thanking yourself for investing in one. Number 2, portable propane heater. When the power is out and the temperature starts plunging, all that cozy sweatshirt nonsense won't cut it. Your family needs real heat. A portable propane heater isn't a luxury, it's survival gear. Especially if you live in colder climates or have kids or elderly relatives. A cold home? That's not just uncomfortable, it's downright dangerous. A propane heater gives you the backup warmth to stay safe when the power grid leaves you high and freezing. But don't get reckless, these heaters aren't plug and play. First rule? Buy one that's labeled indoor safe. Don't cheap out or you'll risk turning your living room into a carbon monoxide trap. Indoor safe propane heaters are designed with life-saving features like oxygen depletion sensors odds, which shut off the heater if oxygen gets too low. That's non-negotiable. Folks, your heater needs this tech. Next, always use it properly. Even with that indoor safe label, propane heaters need ventilation. Crack a window, keep doors open, or use them in a larger room to circulate air. Safety first, because trust me, asphyxiation isn't on anyone's blackout survival checklist. Another tip? Look for models with tip-over protection. If it falls, it shuts off, which is critical if you've got curious pets or hyperactive kids running around. Fuel up, literally. A standard 1-pound propane cylinder can give you a few hours of heat, depending on your heater's settings. But don't settle for a few hours. Stockpile extra propane canisters. If the blackout drags on for days, you'll need the backup fuel to outlast the cold. Running out isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. And for a side of peace of mind, keep a carbon monoxide detector nearby. These cheap little gadgets could save your life if anything goes south. Bottom line, don't wait. A portable propane heater is essential. Lock it in, learn how to use it, and stock up. Number 1, hygiene supplies. Most people don't realize it, but hygiene becomes a serious issue when the power goes out. No running water? Congratulations, you've officially entered the danger zone for infections and illness. If you think cleanliness is optional, think again. A lack of hygiene can turn a blackout into a full-blown health crisis faster than you'd imagine. First things first, stock up on hand sanitizer and disinfectant wipes, lots of them. Without water to wash your hands or clean surfaces, these are your frontline defense against germs. Germs don't care about your excuses, and in close quarters they spread like wildfire. Make sure you have enough for everyone in your home to use consistently. Speaking of comfort, grab some dry shampoo. Staying somewhat clean, even if it's just your hair, can do wonders for morale. Here's a nasty truth: no one likes to talk about waste disposal. If the blackout stretches on and sewage systems fail because power to pumps is gone, you're in for a very uncomfortable situation if you're not prepared. Get a portable camping toilet, or at the very least a sturdy bucket and heavy-duty trash bags. Throw in some toilet paper, scented garbage bags, and a deodorizer like cat litter to keep things manageable and, frankly, livable. Don't forget water purification supplies. Either bleach or water purification tablets can save you if your clean water supply runs out. Just a few drops of unscented bleach can make sketchy water safe to use. Hygiene isn't just about feeling clean, it's about staying healthy. Getting sick when resources are already tight is a nightmare no one wants. Stock up on these essentials now and avoid turning a blackout into a disaster. Pro tip? Better to over-prepare than regret it later. Germs don't wait for second chances, neither should you. Conclusion. Preparing for a blackout isn't just about convenience, it's about survival. From staying warm and fed to maintaining hygiene and safety, every item on this list plays a critical role in ensuring your family can weather the storm. The truth is, when the lights go out, the time for preparation is over. Stockpiling these 12 essential items now will give you the peace of mind that no matter how long the blackout lasts, you'll have what you need to stay safe and comfortable. Don't wait for the next crisis to catch you off guard. Act now, because when everything else fails, preparation is the one thing you can always count on. Stay ready, stay safe, and take care of your loved ones.